Welcome to special KocoSports, where we're trying out a bunch of new things. First, we're trying to see screen grab on the KocoSports.net website. Second, we're doing a short, quick Raw review because YouTube, our 2-hour show, is still processing. And third, we're going to try to dip our toes into the Facebook video world. YouTube is kind of like a horrible wife. She's always there for you, and you've been married for a while, but sometimes she breaks your heart. And our longer show is being processed. We contacted 4, 5, 6 different people on YouTube, and they're like, "Oh, just give it time. Just give it time." Sure, we'll see. So we'll see who comes up first. So we're going to try to put this on Facebook, give us some feedback. We're going to try a quick Raw review, something new. But as always, we ask you win, loss, or tie. I should have known something horrible was going to happen. And the reason I say that is because I actually really enjoyed Monday Night Raw. I give it a huge win. The night before, I stayed up working on tons of writing projects, and you know it's been a crazy night when your alarm goes off, because I live in Tokyo, so I gotta wake up to watch Raw. Your alarm goes off to watch Raw, and you're still working. You're like, oh, that's a pleasant surprise. Thank you, alarm clock. So I was tired as can be, and I was, a little out of it. And I was like, oh my God, please, Monday Night Raw, don't be bad. And it delivered. I enjoyed it a lot. You can read the results at KocoSports.net. Alright, let's break this down quickly. I will put the link of the 2-hour show down in the doobly-doo. Some people can get to it, some people can't. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. We love you, YouTube. We love you, Google+, but please fix your stuff. And in Facebook, tell me if you find this to be interesting, not interesting. Maybe we'll do more and more Facebook content. Next, we got first off, it's not up in the results here. It was Appreciation Roddy Piper night. I did a video just about my memories of Roddy Piper. I throw WWE under a bus a lot for when they do something absolutely horrible, but this was a really classy night for Roddy Piper. The video packages were amazing. Just an overall feeling. I said this already, but I think it needs to be repeated, I wish they did more stuff like this before the wrestlers die. I know they have appreciation nights every now and then, but I don't think they do it right. I think you should educate some younger fans and all that, but business-wise, because you know how Stephanie McMahon likes the dollar bills. I never said that a day in my life before. I was trying to be cool. Must be the pressure of being on Facebook. Anyway, yeah, it would even make sense because you could sell your Legends action figures, and you could sell the network. So there you go. And Seth Rollins cuts a promo about an open challenge. He has to be so short and so light, and he thought it was going to be El Torito, but Neville makes those standards, and it was one hell of a match. It was probably match of the night, and a lot of times I pick on WWE because I'm more of a pro wrestling fan than sports entertainment fan. I think this could go into G1. This could obviously go in Ring of Honor. This was a great match, and Seth Rollins and Neville, and they had Red Arrow close finish. It was amazing. But the best pedigree Seth Rollins has ever hit, it gets the win for him. This is a must-watch match. I enjoyed it a lot. Next, you had the rebuilding of the tag team division. You have New Day and the Ascension defeat the Lucha Dragons and Los Matadors. The primetime players were on commentary, and they were absolutely awesome. I'm a huge fan of Titus O'Neil and a huge fan that they're rebuilding the tag team division. I grew up an NWA WCW fan. And the one thing about in the 80s and early 90s that WWE did really well was the tag team division. And they've been teasing about rebuilding the tag team division for years now. But right now, this is the closest they've come to having a legit tag team division. And when the Usos come back, it's going to be really interesting. And not only that, but they have one or two worthy tag teams in NXT when they brought up. So I'm really excited to see where the tag team division goes. And I'm glad the primetime players are getting it. Next, you got Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch defeat the Bella Twins. A really decent match. Obviously, Brie Bella can't hold her own against the other three, but Nikki Bella is improving little by little. The debate is still out if she's good. She's obviously not the best women's wrestler out there, but still, she's improving every day, which is a big thing. And they gave us what we wanted for a real long time, and that was Charlotte beating Nikki Bella with a figure 8. So everyone was excited, everyone was pumped up, and overall, not a decent match. And on top of that, I hate calling them divas, and I hope they change that. There's been a lot of talk about that on social media, and hopefully they do. But the women's wrestling right now is really doing really good. The horrible wrestlers are improving. The great wrestlers are finally getting a chance. So, potential of it looking up is looking really good for the tag team division of women's, which has been really weak for a while. Next, you have a Miz TV segment. I enjoy Miz TV. Some people don't enjoy Miz TV, but this one I thought was pretty good. They bring out Kevin Owens and Cesaro. Cesaro is playing the face and getting the push that he wants. And the SummerSlam card does not look that good if you're a pro wrestling fan. If you're a sports entertainment fan, yeah, I understand. Go high-five yourself in a corner. But this is one of the few matches where I always feel like WWE throws you a bone. It's like, all right, we have John Cena in the main event, but here's a good match. Just, we're sorry about that. It always seems like they're giving us one awesome match to make up for John Cena being in the main event. And it seems like that's their thing, and that's where this goes. Basically, it ends in a brawl, and Kevin Owens walks away, and Cesaro looks strong. And it's great to see Cesaro as a face and getting him a push. We've been wanting this for a while, and hopefully it leads somewhere. Next, you got Rusev defeat Mark Henry, and then King Barrett defeats Zack Ryder. These matches were really short. A lot of people are angry. Some of it I understand. I wish Mark Henry had a better showing. Rusev's in a weird place. He's a bad guy, but people love him. It reminds me of when Daniel Bryan was playing the bad guy. So I wonder what Rusev's future holds. And not all that, but Rusev is a great character, heel character. And on top of that, he held his own in the ring with Cesaro and others a couple weeks ago. So I'm excited to see where Rusev goes from here. I did feel bad for Mark Henry. He's not the best wrestler in the world, but I always feel like if anyone could be booked to hide their weaknesses, it could be Mark Henry. Zack Ryder gets to go on television. The KocoSports Internet title was on the line. King Wade Barrett defeats him. Zack Ryder did get some offense in. Zack Ryder's such a sad story, but it was a pretty much short match. And Barrett does get the win. And some people are against squash matches or short matches, but it served a purpose. For both of them served a purpose. So overall, I enjoyed it. Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar addressed The Undertaker, and Paul Heyman has been in a bit of a rut, repeating the same thing over and over. And he did say a lot of the same things, but man, did he talk people into the building. I had no interest in this match at all. And I am just a huge Paul Heyman mark, and even though he's cutting the same promo, he gave it a paint job, and it was a really well-delivered promo, and it gets you pumped up. And prior to Paul Heyman's promo, I was like, oh, Brock Lesnar, Undertaker, who gives a shit? I heard some cool rumors on the internet of how fans would finish it, but I wasn't that excited. But now, Paul Heyman, man, he can talk anyone into the building. Absolutely awesome. Then you got Paige versus Naomi. Paige defeats Naomi. She also was on the Stone Cold podcast, which I haven't checked out yet. And overall, I always thought Paige as a bust, a Tim Tebow, because when she was a teenager and growing up in England, she was absolutely amazing. In FCW, NXT, she was absolutely amazing. And in WWE, something happened. She just decided to sell out. And I'm pretty sure they'll show that on the Stone Cold Steve Austin show, too. But she decided to sell out, and, it's not been good. It hasn't been good for a while. But the last 2 weeks, she's been showing potential. So hopefully we can stop calling her a huge bust, and she could show the potential that she really deserves. Because her with AJ Lee, there was nerves, and she didn't do that good. And then after the AJ Lee feud, she's like, you know what, I'm just going to sell out. There's no point in being a good wrestler. But 2 weeks in a row, Paige has been showing signs of her old self. I'm not ready to say she's not a bust just yet, but I'm getting ready. I'm warming up the crow in the microwave. I'll have to eat that crow maybe next week or the week after if she keeps putting on better and better matches. And then you got Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, and Randy Orton. Why Randy Orton? I don't fucking know. To me, it always seems like Randy Orton and Sheamus are just thrown in here because they're like, we're Triple H's friends, but really, there's nothing we have for you. So, yeah. It was fucking weird. This would have been so much better if it was Ambrose and Reigns versus the Wyatt family. Both of them cut decent promos. Randy Orton and Sheamus just seemed to be tagged along. Like, come on, guys, let me in the main event. I'm cool. I'm hip. I'm happening. I kissed Triple H's ass. I jerked off Triple H once. Calm down, Sheamus. Let's save that for the shoot interviews. So you have the Shield, 2 Shield members versus 2 Wyatt family members. I'm really excited for the Wyatts. I'm sorry. Wrestling Ranked proudly presents the Wyatt family. I'm really excited because this is the most excited I've been for the Wyatt family in a really long time. And it would have been a way better matchup if we just dropped Orton and Sheamus. But then, wouldn't everything be better? Think about that last sandwich you had, or that last hamburger you had. Maybe you just had a lunch break, you just took a bite of hamburger, and you're like, this hamburger would taste so much better if there was less Randy Orton and Sheamus in it. Matter of fact, I think life would be better. Let's start a feel-good novel of the century. Less Randy Orton and Sheamus, just the world is a better place. Peace in the Middle East? Yeah, obviously, if you have less Randy Orton and Sheamus, problem solved. Ozone layer? I think there's something going on with the ozone. I don't know, I heard a couple people talking about that on the news. Let's just sacrifice Randy Orton and Sheamus to the volcano. I saw Joe versus the volcano, problem solved. Overall, this started off to be a really, really slow match, but it really picked up at the end, and it was really exciting. Roman Reigns gets the win as he speared Sheamus. And there you go. So overall, normally we always say, we watch so you don't have to. This is one of those shows that you might want to watch. You might really want to watch. It was the first time in a really long time that I enjoyed WWE. I wonder what was missing. Was something missing? I don't know. Something that probably everyone hates. Dun 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 dun! Like, comment, subscribe. I don't know if I'll be doing these short reviews more often. I will put the link in the doobly-doo for the longer one. And I'm going to test out the Facebook. I'm going to be like, let's put this on Facebook and see what happens. If it's not on Facebook, that's because I'm an idiot and didn't know how it works. Alright, so like, comment, subscribe. I'll be hitting a G1 review soon. Sorry about 2 Monday Night Raw reviews. It's just YouTube. Can you undedicate a show to someone? You know, like you dedicate a show to someone. Can we do the opposite? I undedicate this show to YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out KocoSports.net. Jerry has the results up, as you can see. And maybe we'll do more shows like this. Who knows? Alright, with that, I am over. Bum, 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 bum.